Hey folks, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. It's Elaine and Angelo coming to you live and in person and not by Memorex.
From our
So
computer room.
yeah, so tonight we're going to talk about, we thought we would kick it off with basically an intro to oils or kind of a 101 or a, let's just start at the kind of foundational level because some people know a little bit about, but a lot of people don't know maybe not anything about it. So we're going to start there and build from that as the week goes on. So one thing I did want to pass on to you guys before we get going, I just learned that we are having a BOGO this week coming up that starts on Monday,
Always a
and it's
good
a
thing.
so buy one get one. And if it's not like your traditional BOGOs. It's if I buy one lavender, I get another lavender. Great, what is that? No, it works as you buy one oil and you get a different oil for free. So it's under the same premise. It's of equal or lesser value. But if you're looking for a great opportunity to dive into the essential oil world where you can get the most bang for your buck, so to speak, this is an opportunity that you could take to do that. And you could actually get your enrollment purchasing the BOGO kit, and you're going to have a ton of oils to start doing a lot of things with. So without further ado, hi, it's Elaine and Angelo again. And if you missed our video from last night, we've been doing essential oils for about 8 years now, and it all started with me having some sinus issues. I'm allergic to the outside pretty bad, and I was given a peppermint beadlet, and it just kind of opened up my sinuses, and I was able to breathe a little bit better. And after that, I was like,
What else you got?
what else you got? Show me, bring it. Because and I was just waiting for, like, okay, I want to try it for this because I know it's not going to do good, and it would do good. And then I would try an oil for something else, and I was like, I know it's not going to work, but then it would work. So like you're hearing from many of the other vendors is that when they find a product that they like and it's working for them, they become very passionate about it. And that's what doTERRA Essential Oils has become for us. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share our screen so you guys can kind of follow along. And if you have any questions along the way, go ahead and drop them in the comment or catch up with us later. Send us a direct message or a private message. Either way, we'll make sure that we get in touch with you. Come on, computer. There we go. So tonight we're going to talk about the natural solutions. And it's really about empowering you, giving you the ability and the knowledge and the tools within your home to take better care of you and your family. So some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to teach you some of the best natural solutions that can create this really awesome health and well-being that, again, we go to our little apothecary. It's on our kitchen counter. It has all our oils lined up. When we're not feeling good, we've been in the game long enough that we know which oils we need, and we do that. But it took us a while to get there, right? We're going to show you some of the how to start using them in your own home. I can tell you that when we first got them, how long did they sit on the counter?
Oh, a couple months.
Couple of months, because
we forgot you got to open it up to use it.
We didn't. It was weird. I mean, it was like it wasn't the normal, so we kept going to the medicine cabinet. It was at least 2 months before we actually opened up the oils and started using them. But
yeah, and we've totally flip-flopped to the other way. It's like, okay, oh, I have a sore throat. Let's go to the apothecary on the counter and see, and what oils can I use for that, and where can I put them, and how do I use them?
Yeah.
We don't have aspirin. We don't have Tylenol. We don't have cold medicine. We have oils.
Pretty much what our medicine cabinet is full of nowadays, right?
Oils.
Yeah. So, and lastly, of course, we're always going to invite you to jump in and join us in this journey. If you want to be a part of it, or if you want to learn more about it, one promise we make to everybody is that if you join us in this journey of essential oils, once you jump on with us, you're with us for forever. We're not going to leave you. It's going to be a partnership. We're going to help you and support you any way we can. And if this is something that you want to turn into making some financial, uh, gains off of it, we can do that too. And that's something we can talk about later on. So again, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is our contact information. But again, if just drop us a message through the private message, or send us an email. You can do that too. You guys have listened to a lot of folks today already, or maybe watched a lot of posts, read a lot of posts on some natural living things and on products that people have to make your life easier and to remove some of the toxins from our everyday life. So our question to you is, what does that natural living, why does that matter to you? Why is it important to you? And just kind of think about that for a minute. And if it is important, what steps do you want to start taking to where you start using more of the natural products and start weaning off of the chemicals or the the pharmaceuticals? Just we can devise a plan that will be very specialized for you and what you need. So the three things that we love about the oils is, first and foremost, that that they are 100% natural. They're plant-based, so they can assimilate with our bodies. The cells that need the oils readily absorb them and use the oils for a multitude of things. doTERRA is one of the strongest tested essential oil companies that are out there. They do a total of 54 tests, ranging anything from mass spec to ensuring they're organic. And they're tested before they even leave the farm, when they get to the plant, to make sure that there's no adulteration. And then they're tested again just before before they're bottled and packaged for shipping. So you can rest assured that you're going to get 100% natural, 100% volatile essential oil. It's not going to be adulterated with anything. And there's also a couple sites that you can go to, and you could look up all of this information to find out what tests and how those tests were done, how that oil came out, on a variety of tests.
Yeah, if you're a chemistry nerd, it's really cool.
Yeah. So this is probably one of my favoritist aspects. Favoritist. They're very effective, and often they're quicker than pharmaceuticals are used. So when you get a bacterial infection, right, we go to the doctors and we're given an antibiotic and we're saying, here, take this, and hope you can get over it relatively quick and then get back to your life. And then there's these other things called viruses. I don't know if there's any viruses out there right now that people may be aware of.
I haven't heard of any.
Okay.
No.
But if you, in fact, may get a virus, we know viruses live inside the cells. And, when you go to the docs for that, it's like, there's nothing we can do for you. You just kind of got to ride this storm out, but we'll give you some medication to help with the symptoms you're feeling, but it really doesn't do anything for the virus. You got to let it run its course. This is where the oils come in, and the huge part that they play is they're actually able to permeate and penetrate that blood-brain barrier that surrounds the cell, so it can actually get into the cell, and it tells the virus to get the heck out of here. You don't belong here. So what it's doing is we still get sick, we still get colds, we still get stuff, but we don't have to wait 2 weeks for that cold to work its way through our body. A cold for me now lasts 2 to 3 days, and I don't have those hard downtimes like where I just want to ball up on the couch and drink chicken noodle soup and just watch TV all day. Those 3 or 4 days, I'm functioning. I'm able to do stuff, but we get over that illness pretty quick because the ability of the essential oils to kick that virus out of the cells. The third thing you can count on is that these are extremely safe. We do not have a documented anywhere death of somebody overdosing on essential oils. It's never happened. So there are a lot of safety aspects we want to look at when it comes to using essential oils. And this is where we help help you with learning that the different safety aspects of it, not just the amount to use, but some oils can be used neat, means straight out of the bottle, and other oils, which we refer to hot oils like oregano, you're definitely going to want to dilute those with some kind of carrier oil. And learning the safety aspects of using essential oils codes, that's one of the first things we try to do with our folks, just to make sure that you don't want to do anything inadvertent, right? So we focus a lot on safety initially. So what are essential oils? They're naturally occurring compounds, and they're distilled from plants. They can come from the root, they can come from the bark, the leaves, the flowers, the petals. They come from a variety of places, but they provide so much health benefits, and usually without all those side effects that we get from the pharmaceutical sides of it. And I'm just going to leave it at that for right now.
Go.
That one slide. All right.
Well,
we're going to skip that slide because it doesn't want to play. There it is. So one of the reasons why essential oils are so effective is because they're very versatile. The chemical constituents that each essential oil has gives it the ability to be used in a variety of different ways for a variety of different reasons. One thing we always tell people is you can never use the wrong essential oil, because you're always going to get some benefit from it. It may not be the exact desired benefit that you were looking for, so you can go back and try another oil. But the versatility of these oils is just something that has been extremely beneficial for us. And it's just every time we look up an oil, and it's like, wow, I didn't know it could do that too. So it's pretty amazing stuff. I want to talk a little bit about potency and purity, but it won't let me. There it is. One thing you can guarantee with doTERRA is you are going to get 100% volatile essential oil in the single blends. They will not be adulterated with anything. Again, they run a multitude of tests. You are going to get one of the most potent essential oils on the market. And when I talk about potency, we're talking 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's the
1 drop.
The 1 drop. So it's pretty potent stuff. So with it being that potent, you don't need to use a lot. You're only going to use a few drops at a time. So it's the bottle of oil is going to last you quite a while. So let's talk about peppermint oil real quick. This oil can be used a variety of different ways. You can see from the list on the right of the many different ways the many different things you can use this for. This is a really good oil to help wake you up. It kind of makes you a little bit more alert. And Elaine likes it for the cooling aspect. What is it that
when I go out and mow the lawn and it's 90 degrees, I take a rag, wet it, put a little bit of peppermint on it, wrap it up, and put it around the back of my neck to keep me cool while I'm out there mowing and singing.
And it's pretty effective for her too.
Oh, wow,
It really helps her keep her cool. So I mean, again, it's very versatile oil. This is one I use every day to help with some respiratory issues that I have. Oils are extremely cost effective. Okay. There is a wide range of cost for each essential oil, because it's going to depend on how much oil you're getting, where the oil is coming from, what is the process to get it, to grow it, to harvest it, to distill it. But essentially we have essential oils that come in 5 milliliter bottles and 15 milliliter bottles. And you can see the number of drops that come in each bottle. And like I said earlier, when you're only using 2 or 3 drops at a time, these bottles are going to last quite a while. So I want you to think about the last time you went to the doctor's office, right? Now, why is this messing up?
Cause
think of the last time you guys went to a doctor's office, right? It you had to account for the time off work. You had to pay your copay for the appointment. Then you had to probably go get a prescription filled and hope that it was the right prescription. And then if it wasn't the right prescription, well, now we got to go get another one. That's another copay. So those dollars can add up a little bit. Plus the time off work and trying to get into the doctor's office. What if you had the ability to go, you know what? I'm not feeling all that great, but I got these oils over here. Let me go see what I can do. And more often than not, when we're feeling a little bit off on like a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, we know what we need to do. So we go over and we start looking at our essential oils and we figure out what concoction we need. And then Monday morning we wake up and we're fine. We're good to go. We don't have to wait for the doctor's office to open. We don't have to go to the 24-hour clinic just to wait and say, well, I kind of figured it was a sinus infection. But now you have tools in your own home to take care of that stuff. And you can see there that the cost is very, very minimal when it comes to using drops of oils versus pharmaceutical and all the time and energy that you need to go to the appointment. Tea tree oil is another oil that we use quite a bit around here. It's, if you've ever smelt true tea tree oil, this is very, to me, it's a very medicinal kind of smell. It's very good for skin. It's fantastic for antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. This is something that, you know, if I do get a cold, this is an oil that I'm going to go to, but it has so many other abilities because of the constituents that are in there. You can use it to clean. You can use it to clean the air. It helps with a immune system. So again, the versatility of these things, versatility of these things is amazing. Lavender is, you know, when you think of lavender oil, most people think of helping you de-stress, helping you relax, helping you get some sleep. When we started learning about lavender essential oil, we have now, it's affectionately known to us as the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. This is an oil that you have to have because of the versatility of it. It's not just good for helping you sleep or helping you calm down or de-stress. There's so many other uses for this. If you get a bug bite or a sting, this is going to help relieve that, right?
Yep.
If you get a slight burn, this is a fantastic oil to put, you know, pushing in the oven rack, or you touch something that's really hot and your finger starts to, you know, you get that sensation of, ooh, that's going to blister. Put a drop of lavender on it, and you know, by the next day you're good to go. There's hardly anything there. So this is a must-have oil that we ensure a lot of folks have and use it almost every day. So how do you use the oils? There's 3 different ways that you can use them. We can use them aromatically, internally, and topically. And depending on what you're trying to do will depend on how you're going to use that oil, right? So if we're going to use something aromatically, we can see that it's going to affect our mood. It's going to help with memory, and it's going to help clear the airways. If we take something internally, we're usually talking about something that's going to affect our organs or work on our digestive system. And if we use it topically, what we're looking for is maybe some kind of immediate relief, but we're also looking for maybe some kind of systemic relief. And that can be localized too. If you're having issues with skin or with muscles underneath the skin area. I'm going to touch a little bit more about this aromatic use. When we smell something, what happens is our limbic system goes into effect, and the olfactory bulb is the only cranial nerve. There's 12 of them, but it's the only cranial nerve that's actually connected directly to the brain and to the outside source. So when we smell stuff, it goes, our limbic system picks it up. And there's a couple different areas that kind of play in there is the hypothalamus, the thalamus, and the hippocampus. All those kind of activate this. And the most amazing part is it's the amygdala is where your feelings and your memories are all stored. So when you get a whiff of something, it's going to immediately remind you of something else, right? The analogy I use all the time is, if your grandmother used to bake cookies all the time, to this day, when you enter a shop or go or come home and you get that smell, as soon as you smell it, it immediately brings you back to grandma's house and when she was doing all the cooking. That's the amygdala being fired off, and it immediately brings that memory back to the front of your brain. This is why essential oils are so effective, because they work in this area and they can affect emotions, which we're going to talk about later on in the week. But this is why it's so powerful, and this is why using them aromatically, you almost get an instant notice and a feeling of something going on. Think of the last time you peeled an orange and you got that whiff of the rind, right? Just what did it smell like? What did it make you think of? When we talk about citrus oils with essential oils, we're not talking about the juice, because that's something totally different. The essential oil itself for all citrus oils come from the rind. So totally different chemical constituents in there, extremely more beneficial for you. And, that's where we're going to get the most potency for that oil. Breathe is a fantastic oil that I use on a regular basis. I use it every night. This does help. I put it in the diffuser and it helps keep my sinuses open. So I'll use a drop of this and a few drops of lavender in the diffuser. So the lavender is helping me relax. The breathe is helping me breathe. It's keeping my airway open. And I get a much better, much more rested sleep. And I can have the diffuser go for 2 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours, depending on what I want. And but it's a really good oil that in the allergy season, I'll just take a drop, put it in my hands, rub my hands together, and just cup my hands over my mouth and nose, and just take some deep breaths. And it's just really good for opening up my airways and helping with that allergy support. When we talk about using them topically, we can apply them neat or diluted, right? Neat being straight out of the bottle. And typically where we're going to apply them topically is where we're looking for that support or that help. So they got these very, very tiny particles, and they quickly absorb into the skin, and they can quickly get distributed through the body. Hun, where's one of the best places for people to apply an essential oil to get it?
To the bottoms of their feet. Mm-hmm. That was an interesting thing to learn. The largest pores in on your body are on the bottoms of your feet, and it sucks it up in there into your whole system, your whole body, and it's like yum. Yeah. If I'm putting oils on the bottom of my feet, I'll put the oils there and then wait about 30 seconds and put my socks and shoes on, and out the door I go. So it's it's not like you have to wait, set aside several minutes before you can do something. It's pretty quick and easy. So again, a little rhetorical question here. What are some of the things that you might use an oil topically for? And I'm just going to jump right to the next slide because I love this stuff. Deep Blue Rub. Okay. The tube is basically like the Bengay or Icy Hot, but this has peppermint oil in it. And on the days that I'm working out in the yard and I've done a little bit too much yard work and my back is hurting a little bit, this is fantastic for that. We also have a Deep Blue polyphenol pills, which is fantastic. It's basically ibuprofen, if you will. It's good for those general aches and pains, but it also comes in a liquid
So you can use it in a diffuser, you can use it in a roller ball, which is just another way of applying it to the body. And you can see several recipes there of just different ways to use deep blue with some other oils. This is a fantastic oil to use pre and post workout for a couple different reasons, but it's definitely something that's gonna, because it has the peppermint in it, it's gonna help open the airways. It's gonna help just help with that muscle stiffness, muscle soreness that comes about. When we talk about using essential oils internally, I have to remind you guys that we're only talking about doTERRA essential oils. That's the only oils we can speak for. Not all oils are created equal. What you don't know about essential oils can hurt you. This is why we need to stay away from the oils that we find in Walmart or Bed Bath & Beyond, because those are not true essential oils. Mm-hmm. But if you decide to take an oil internally, it has to be a pure and potent essential oil. And we already talked about that as far as doTERRA goes. And you can take them internally, either drop them in a couple, like an ounce of water, or we make capsules here where we have veggie caps, and we put the oils that we want in the veggie cap. And then we take that with our meals. And again, with, depending on how we're feeling, we can change the oils up. I have a standard set of oils that I take every day, but if I'm feeling a little bit off, I can change it up a little bit. Now, Elaine will, when she makes her pill in the morning and in the evening, it depends on how she's feeling and as to which oil she's going to grab.
On Guard.
On Guard is one of our favorite oils. This is the protective blend. This is the oil of choice that is going to be used to boost your immune system. This oil flew off the shelf a year ago because of, I don't know, something happening in the world. But this was the go-to oil because it is huge for boosting the immune system. It helps with respiratory as well. It really helps with fighting off bugs and the viruses. And it also, this is a great oil to use. We also use this oil to clean some surfaces in and around the house. Mm-hmm. So it's just, it's a fantastic proprietary blend. It's got cinnamon and clove and wild orange. And it's just, it's a fantastic oil. We get a lot of people get hooked on Guard. We have a lot of On Guard products.
Junkie. You're a junkie.
You're an On Guard junkie, right?
You can put a drop in your water. It tastes good. And you can put it in your diffuser. It's a wonderful oil. It's like,
very versatile oil to use. So that was a handful of oils that we just went through. Now what I want to do is talk about just a few more, just to get you to realize, to get you to see what other things are out there. And I'm just going to talk real quick about these next few oils. This oil, when we were first introduced to it, I wasn't a big fan of it at first, really. I just didn't like the smell. But the more I learned about it, the more I said, wow, we've got to have this oil. This is a must-have oil.
Yes.
This is an oil that, when I was told early on that when in doubt, frankincense out. When you don't know which oil to use, grab the frankincense because it is so versatile. It helps promote cellular and DNA health. And the really cool thing about this oil is what we call a synergistic oil. You can pair this up with other oils. And so oil number one does this. When you add the frankincense, it gives it a synergistic effect, and it can enhance it, and it enables it to do even a little bit more.
It doesn't taste good though.
Oh, it doesn't taste good. This is where you want to maybe put it in a capsule. But again, you can see there the list of things that it's good for. And just the synergistic effect that it promotes to using with the other oils is fantastic.
There's your favorite.
There's my favorite right there. Digest Zen is, as you can probably figure out, has to do with intestinal distress, right? You ever go out to a restaurant and about 10 minutes or 15 minutes after you eat your meal, you're like, whoa, something's not agreeing with me. This is a fantastic oil to get. You just put a drop or two on your fingers and just rub it on your belly. And within 10 to 15 minutes, that distress, that tension, that irritation is going to be gone. Now, I use this every day in a capsule with the frankincense that helps me with my acid reflux. I was on acid reflux medication for 8 years. You are not supposed to be on acid reflux medication for that long. I now use Digest Zen and frankincense together once a day, and I haven't taken an acid reflux medication in years. So this is a fantastic oil that will help with any kind of intestinal problems. If you do not like black licorice, you may not like this oil because it has anise in it, which gives that, it smells like black licorice. So that may be troublesome for those that don't like black licorice, but again, the effects it has, it works. Lemon oil is really good to help detoxify and help cleanse the body. It's really good for kind of a maintenance cleanse. It really is helpful in promoting some kind of mental clarity. And when I said talks about positive mood, every citrus essential oil is really good for lifting you out of that funk and boosting that mood. You basically have to pick one that you like or that works well with your body. And if you want to get out of that funk, reach for a citrus oil, a wild orange, grapefruit, bergamot, something to help break that, and you'll find that you're going to get out of that funk. This is also really good for cleaning surfaces, right? And you can see the list of other things there that it's good for. This is fantastic. If you got that stuck, sticky, gooey stuff that you can't get rid of, it won't come up, some type of adhesive. I use lemon oil on a paper towel and I just rub it around and it's gone. All that sticky goo is gone. So that's great for that. I'm not going to get too much into this right now, but doTERRA does have their own lifelong vitality supplements. There's other vendors here this week talking about supplements they have. What I'm going to say is that if you're not on a supplement, you need to get on a supplement. We're going to do a class on this later on in the week and talk more about it and kind of break it down and as to why it makes sense to be on a supplement. My task to you, my challenge to you is that you research this out and figure out which supplement you should try. And I'm saying don't go to your grocery store shelves and look for supplements there, because those are not going to be the effective ones. The effective supplements you're looking for, probably you're going to find here at one of the vendors. But as with that, I'm going to say doTERRA is the best. But definitely do some research on supplements, because even if we eat very, very well, we're still not getting the nutrients that our bodies need. So definitely research that out and look for our presentation on this a little bit later on. So let's talk about how you can get this into your home, right? So we basically need to choose which kit would best suit your needs. We usually sit down with folks and we say, okay, so what are some of the issues that you want to address? And usually we have them list 3. Now, this is what happens with the moms. The moms will always go, well, my husband needs this and my kids need that, and my mom needs that. They never think of themselves. They always put themselves last, right? But think about those things that you would want to address. And then we match up which oils would work with that. And then we see if maybe you should get a kit, or maybe you should buy individual oils. It's really, we tailor it to what your needs are and what your desires are. One of the kits that we offer is the Healthy Start Kit. And what I love about this kit is it comes with a diffuser. So that gives you the ability to diffuse in the air. So you can start cleaning the air, which is really cool. And it comes with 10 of the most popular oils. Now, these oils it's going to give you the ability to just start doing a lot of things with these because of the different oils that you have, the versatility of the oils. you're just going to be able to do a lot with this oil, with this kit. The downside of this kit, though, is all of those bottles are 5 milliliter bottles, and once you find something that works or something that you like, you're gonna
more.
you're gonna go, all right, I'm gonna need a little bit more of this. But this is a great place to kind of get started, to start sampling and start figuring things out. And that's where we come in. You talk with us, and we show you and help you work through this and figure things out. The next kit we have up, it's a little bit more pricey, but it takes most of those same oils, and now it gives you 15 milliliter bottles. So you're getting the 250 drops in each of those bottles. And you see the list on the left of the items, the oils that we'd already talked about, but there's a couple of different oils that we haven't talked about here. Adaptive Blend is really good with people that are having some kind of stress related or emotional related effects that they need help with. I'm going to throw the term SSRI reuptake. If you're on a medication that supports that SSRI reuptake, some studies have been done that adaptive essential oil kind of works along those same lines. So that's pretty amazing stuff. There's not a lot of essential oils out there that can do that. Balance Blend is something I like to use on the days I go teaching, or if I'm kind of a little bit of a funk, or if I'm a little bit anxious for the day or whatever. I put that on the bottom of my feet before I head out the door. And that really kind of helps me ground myself. It gets me kind of even keeled, and I can go out and tackle the day a little bit better with being a little bit more focused. Copaiba essential oil. This is a new oil that we just started a couple of years ago. But if you have issues with occasional pain or discomfort, this is a really good oil. There's some science behind this oil that I can go deeper into, but if you have issues where you're having some pain, this may be an oil that you would want to try to experiment with. So because we're doing this vendor event, we've always offered some type of special enrollment incentives with our folks. And if you enroll with us, then we are going to give you a 30-minute private consultation, and we're going to hyper focus on what the issues that you want to address with the oils that you have and what's the best way to use those oils. When you get your oils, we would sit down and go over that. And we're going to come up with very specific protocols, very specific blends. We'll make some roller balls up, and it's just going to be very specific for you or for the individual that we're trying to help. And it's just looking at the results that you get from that. And we're going to try to set up some routines too. That was one of our biggest problems when we first got the oils. We didn't have a routine. They weren't worked into our daily routine. The other big thing is that we found out is that if wherever we use the oil, that's where we want to have the oil. Now, Elaine was using eucalyptus a while back to help with arthritic pain in her hands, but she kept it in the kitchen. And we'd be watching TV and she'd go, oh, my hand hurts. Well, next commercial, I'll get up and go get some. Well, next commercial, she gets up, she goes to the bathroom, she gets her drink, sits back down, the show's back on. And then she realized her hand's still hurting because she didn't get the eucalyptus. So now she started keeping the eucalyptus oil right next to her. So when she's watching TV, she goes, ow, my hand hurts. She just reached right over. And, so making it a simple routine for everybody makes it easier to incorporate them every day. Now, the other incentive that we're going to do for this is learning about essential oils, how to use them, when to use them, where to use them. It can be extremely overwhelming. You need to have a resource to get your information. We use 3 books primarily. This is one of them. If you enroll with one of those kits that I talked about just a little while ago, we're going to give you this book. This is a $25 value, but in it talks about all of the essential oils that doTERRA offers. It offers different recipes for different ailments. This is a great resource book. So not only will you have your essential oils, but now you'll have something you can refer to and go, hey, I have this oil, what's it good for? Or I have this ailment, which oils do I need? And this is a fantastic book. It's very easy to use. And once you start reading it and getting into it, you start going, oh, look at this and look at that. And but I mean, so this is going to be our gift to you for enrolling with one of those kits. And of course, there is, like with everything else, 100% satisfaction guarantee. You do get a 30-day money-back guarantee, or in-store credit. So you don't have to worry about the risk of, well, what if I don't like that? I also work with, we work with everybody on an individual basis. If there's an oil that you have and you don't like, and you want to get rid of it, we'll help you get rid of it. There's other people out there that like those oils. So it becomes our own little bartering thing. But it's, we'll work with you and make sure that you get the oils that you like, that you need, so you can start feeling a little bit better and start living that little bit of a healthier lifestyle. So how do we do this? Where do we go from here? Drop us a quick note. You can PM us. You can drop a comment below. This is being recorded, so we're gonna upload it, so you'll be able to see this at any time later on. But drop us a note. If you want to sample anything, let us know. We'll shoot you a sample in the mail. We send samples out to people all the time. Tell us what you're trying to, what issue you're trying to deal with. We'll think about some of the different oils you may want to try. We can talk about that, and we'll send you something. We'll show you how to use it. And one thing we make a promise to everybody is that we are not going to sell you anything that we don't teach you how to use. And so it's not about trying to get people to buy as much as they can. It's about trying to get people to purchase exactly what they need for the issues they're trying to deal with. And that, it's very personalized and focused attention for you. And that is pretty much it. That's all we got for today. So I hope you guys learned a few things along the way. We enjoyed hanging out with you a little bit. And we're going to do this again tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night is
community.
That's right. We're going to post a recording on how to boost your immune system. One of the members on our team, Lauren McNaughton, she is a critical care registered nurse, works in a local hospital, but also very much into essential oils. And she is also a certified holistic healthcare practitioner. So she sees both Western side of medicine and the alternative side of medicine. It's a fantastic presentation that she did for us a year or so ago. And we're going to post that for tomorrow night, so you can be able to watch that at your leisure too. So we enjoyed hanging out and telling you all about us and talking to you about oils.
Yeah, if you can see all the books behind Angelo back there, move your head there. Those are all oil books back there, references.
Yeah, it's
stacks of them and files, and there's just so much to learn, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, but just remember, we've been doing this 8 years, right? And it took a while to get where we are. This isn't something we're going to learn overnight, but we are there, that we're going to help you along in this journey, and we're going to help you be successful. That's our goal, is that we want you to be in a better spot, and we'll do what we can to get you there. So thanks for watching, and we will catch up with you guys later on down the road. See ya.